Our next topic is prices related to buying and selling. Now we have the shopkeeper. Now the price at which the shopkeeper buys an item is called the cost price of the item. The price at which the shopkeeper buys an item, that is known as the cost price. Cost price, and we can write cost price as CP. The price at which the shopkeeper sells the item, that is known as the selling price. Selling price, and we can write it as SP. So the buying price is known as the cost price, and the price at which the shopkeeper sells the item, that is known as the selling price. Now the shopkeeper decides whether he wants to sell the item at a lower price or the same price or a price which is greater than the cost price. So the shopkeeper decides. And if the selling price is greater than the cost price, if the selling price greater than cost price, then the shopkeeper makes profit or gain. We can say that gain or profit. Then profit. Then we can find out the profit. So profit is equal to selling price minus cost price. Then if the selling price is less than cost price, loss occurs. Then loss is equal to loss occurs, and loss is equal to CP minus SP, cost price minus selling price. Then if the selling price and cost price are equal, what we can say? There is no loss, no profit. Now another name for this profit is a gain. Now we can express this profit and loss in a percentage also, in percentages also. So we can express them in percentages also. Now how we can express them in percentages? So profit percent is equal to profit divided by cost price into 100. So the profit is profit percentage is always calculated on a cost price. Therefore, profit percentage is equal to profit divided by cost price into 100. Similarly, we can find out the loss percentage also. Loss percentage is equal to loss divided by cost price into 100. So profit and loss, they will depend upon the cost price. We have to calculate it on a cost price, and we will get the corresponding percentage. Now if the profit is 12%, what is the meaning of that? 12% profit, 12% profit. So what is the meaning of that? For a cost price of rupees 100, the profit is rupees 12. For a cost price of rupees 100, profit is equal to rupees 12. Then we can find out the selling price. How can you find out the selling price? If profit is given, how can you find out the selling price? Then selling price is equal to cost price plus profit. Selling price is equal to cost price plus profit. So cost price is 100, then selling price profit is 12, then the selling price is equal to rupees 112. Now suppose the loss percentage is 12%. So what is the meaning of that? 12% loss. 12% loss. So 12% loss means for a cost price of rupees 100, cost price of rupees 100, loss is rupees 12, loss equal to rupees 12. Then we can find out the selling price. So the selling price is equal to, selling price will be less than the cost price. So selling price is equal to cost price minus loss, which is equal to rupees 100 minus rupees 12, which is equal to rupees 88. Now look here, if selling price is greater than cost price, we can find out profit or gain. Another word is gain. So profit is equal to selling price minus cost price. Now if selling price is less than cost price, we have loss, and loss also we can find out cost price minus selling price. Then we can calculate the profit percentage also, profit divided by cost price into 100. Similarly, we can find out the loss percent also, loss percent equal to loss divided by cost price into 100. Now we can find out the selling price. So selling price we can find out using the relation selling price is equal to cost price plus profit, and if loss occurs, what we can say, selling price is equal to cost price minus loss. So selling price is equal to, if you want to find out selling price, cost price plus profit, and if loss is given, then selling price is equal to cost price minus loss. Similarly, we can find out the cost price also. So cost price is equal to selling price minus profit, and if loss is given, cost price is equal to selling price plus loss. So in order to do the problems, you have to remember these relations. Now, sometimes we have to make some additional expenses while buying the article. So after buying the article or before selling, so we have to make some additional expenses. So the additional expenses made after buying an article is included in the cost price. So these additional expenses are known as overhead expenses or overhead charges. So overhead expenses means expenses like amount spent on repairs. Sometimes after buying the item, we have to make some repairs. So we have to spend money for that. So that money is, or that amount is known as the overhead expenses. Then labor charges, transportation charges, all these expenses will come under overhead expenses or overhead charges. So we have to include that expenses also. So the cost price will be equal to buying price plus overhead expenses. So when we buy an article, it will have one price, that is known as the buying price, and along with that buying price we have to add the overhead expenses also. Then we will get the cost price. So overhead expenses or overhead charges means additional expenses made after buying an article, that is known as the overhead expenses or overhead charges. That also we have to include in the price, and then we will get the cost price. Now calculation of selling price for a given profit percent or loss percent. A profit percent or a loss percent is given. Then how can you calculate the selling price? Now look at this question. Arun bought a tape recorder for rupees 15,500. He spent rupees 500 on its repairs. He then sold it for a profit of 15%. Find the selling price of the tape recorder. Now here we have to find out the selling price. Now Arun bought a tape recorder for rupees 15,500. So the buying price is 15,500. Then he spent rupees 500 on its repairs. So the overhead charges are there, rupees 500. Then we have to find out the cost price. Then cost price is equal to buying price plus overhead expenses. Buying price plus overhead expenses. So buying price is rupees 15,500 plus rupees 500. So which is equal to rupees 16,000. So rupees 16,000 is the cost price. So you have to add the overhead expenses with the buying price. Then we will get the cost price. Then he sold it for a profit of 15%. So profit percent is equal to 15%. So here the profit is given in terms of percentage. So you have to find out the corresponding amount. How we can find out the amount? So this profit is calculated on the basis of which price? Cost price. So 15% means you have to find out 15% of the cost price. Then we will get the profit amount. So profit is equal to 15% of the cost price. It is calculated on the basis of which price? Cost price. So you have to consider the cost price. So 15% of a cost price. So which is equal to 15% of rupees 16,000. So 15% means 15 by 100 into 16,000. Now we can cancel 100 and 16,000. So we will get 160. So we have to find out 160 into 15. So you will get it as rupees 2,400. The profit is rupees 2,400. Now we can find out the selling price. So selling price is equal to, so here we have the profit, therefore the selling price will be greater than the cost price. So selling price is equal to cost price plus profit. Cost price plus profit. So which is equal to, the cost price is rupees 16,000 plus rupees 2,400. So 16,000 plus 2,400. So the selling price is equal to rupees 18,400. Now cost price and profit percentage are given. If you want, you can use the relation. We can find out the selling price directly, that is 100 plus profit percentage of a cost price. Or you can use this relation also, 100 plus profit percent divided by 100 into CP. So if you consider the previous problem, if you want to find out SP, we can write it as a 100 plus, the profit percentage is a 12%, 15%. So 100 plus 15% of CP, that is 115% of cost price is 16,000. So which is equal to 115 divided by 100 into 16,000, 160. So you have to find out 115 into 16 by 1. So 840, one more 0 will come. So rupees 18,400. So we got it as rupees 18,400. So if you want, you can apply the relation selling price is equal to 100 plus P percentage of cost price. So 100 plus 15 percentage of cost price, and we can find out the selling price. So after getting the selling price, if you want, you can find out the profit also. How can you find out the profit? Selling price minus cost price, you will get the profit. So here you can find out the selling price directly. Similarly, in the case of if a loss is given, so selling price will be equal to 100 minus loss percentage of a cost price. You can use this relation, or if you want, you can use the other one. Selling price is equal to 100 minus loss percent divided by 100 into CP. Now calculation of CP for a given profit percent or a loss percent. How can you calculate a CP? So the previous problem we found SP, selling price. Now how can you calculate the cost price? If either the profit percent or the loss percentage is given, how can you calculate? Now an article is sold for rupees 250 for a profit of 25%. Find its cost price. What is the cost price? So an article is sold for rupees 250. So the selling price is given. So the selling price is equal to rupees 250. Then profit percentage is given. Profit percent equal to 25%. Profit percent equal to 25%. So you have to calculate the cost price. So here the percentage is given. So we can find out the profit. So how can you find out the profit? Profit is always calculated on which price? Cost price. Here we have to find out the cost price. So we can assume that let X be the cost price. Let X be the cost price. Then profit is equal to 25% of cost price, that is 25% of X. Then 25% of X means 25 by 100 into X. So which is equal to 25X by 100. 25X by 100. So here we have to find out the cost price, and the cost price is equal to selling price minus profit. Here the profit is given. So profit is given means selling price will be greater, cost price will be lesser. Therefore cost price is equal to selling price minus profit. Selling price minus profit. So cost price is equal to X, and the selling price is 250 minus profit is 25X by 100. Now we can move this part to left side. So X plus 25X by 100 equal to 250. Now we can take a LCM. So 100 is the LCM, so we can write it as 100X by 100 plus 25X by 100 equal to 250. Then 125X by 100 equal to 250. So we can cross multiply. 125X equal to 250 into 100. Therefore X is equal to 250 into 100 divided by 125. Now we can cancel 125 and 250 using 125 one time, and here it is a 2 times. So 2 into 100, you will get a 200. Therefore the cost price is equal to rupees 200. Cost price is rupees 200. So we can do the problem in this way. We can apply the unitary method and you can find out, or you can apply the relation cost price is equal to 100 by 100 plus profit percentage into SP, or cost price is equal to 100 by 100 minus loss percentage into SP. Here you have to substitute and you have to simplify, then you will get the answer. Now homework, page number 123, question number 1, A and B. So that's all for today's class. Thank you.